Hey, Dave, a very frustrating ending to the game tonight. Is there any doubt in your mind that the check swing in the ninth was a strike?
There's no doubt in my mind that he went and the game should have been over. Eddie's a really good umpire, been around for a long time, but in that spot, two contending teams, you just can't miss that call. That's the game should have been over, and that's just there's no other way to look at it.
And we saw and heard the emotions from your players. Of course, a very tough loss for everyone. What did you tell your team after the game?
Nothing. There's a lot of people that are really pissed off, and I'm leading the way. You know, we should have won that game, and it's a game that we really wanted, we had, and we didn't.
And you mentioned earlier you wanted to get Kenley back out there. What did you see from him tonight?
I thought there was a ground ball that was converted and should have been a force out. We didn't make the play at second base, in my opinion. And the check swing and some other, the 1-2 to 4-2 walk to Vossler can't happen. But again, I thought the game should have been over a couple times actually in that inning.
Thanks, Dave.
Next question is from Mike DiGiovanna. Go ahead.
Dave, you were pretty adamant after last night's game that Kenley was your closer. After a night like tonight, do you feel like you have to consider some kind of change?
No, he'll be off tomorrow. But like I said, DG, I thought that play at second base. If we stretch, he's out. The game's over. The check swing, the game's over, and I don't think we're having this conversation. He was going to be down tomorrow regardless, and so, I'm not reconsidering his role.
Should Chris have gone to first base on that play?
No. Estrada's a really good runner. I think that it was a jailbreak. He's a good runner, and then we had the force play right there, and Sheldon's a heck of a ball player, heck of a defensive player. But I just think right there in that situation, if we stretch, we get the guy, and there's no replay, but that's part of baseball.
I understand Max is going to leave the team to go to Phoenix. Is that true?
Yeah, Max is going to have a baby tomorrow. So he'll be away from us for the weekend, and he'll join us on Tuesday.
Next question is from Juan Toribio. Go ahead.
Dave, you were ejected by this point, but after they tied the game, what went into not going to Bigford and leaving Jackson out there with 32 pitches to face Wade?
I just felt that Bigford is he's a righty killer, and his job on this roster is to get right-handers out. I just felt that Kenley at that point in time had the weapons to get Wade out. And again, Juan, the game should have been over, man. So I don't think the blame should all be on Kenley at all.
Hey, Will, obviously a very frustrating ending to the game. Is there any doubt in your mind that check swing in the ninth was a strike?
I definitely thought he went.
And how would you just describe the emotions and the intensity of this matchup and how it has been throughout this series specifically?
Yeah, every game with them, is going to be intense. Has been all year. It's going to be the rest of the season. This whole series, we were going back and forth. We came back late one game and they came back late the last two, and that's kind of how it's going to be. And we just got to play a little better to get those wins.
Thanks, Will.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Will, what have you seen from Kenley Jansen the last two nights?
First of all, Kenley's been great for us all year. He's been our closer. He's been dominant, and we couldn't have asked anything more from him. And all of us are gonna go through times where it doesn't go our way. Tonight, they got a couple of hits, didn't score any runs, walk a guy, and then he got ground ball, 2 outs. We didn't make the play. Strikes the guy out. We didn't get the call. They tie it up, and then jam a ball out to score 2 more and get ahead. I mean, it's more just chips in and fall his way than anything he's doing wrong. He's been great all year.
Walker, first, you really managed your pitch count very well. You were effective on the mound. What was working for you well tonight?
Just made some pitches in some spots I needed to. Not anything crazy, but yeah, I felt okay with most of my stuff.
And it was clear that you had a little bit of frustration when you came out of the game. Obviously, we can't look back, but how badly did you want to stay out there?
Yeah, I mean, I opened the door to come out of that game. I threw a bad slider on 0-2. Something I've been super conscious of, trying to throw better 0-2 pitches. But it's a professional hitter, and threw a pitch that wasn't enough of what I needed. So that's on me.
Thanks, Walker.
Next question is from Juan Toribio. Go ahead.
Hey, Walker, emotionally, how have these last 2 losses kind of been for you guys, and how do you guys bounce back from here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big series. It's Dodgers Giants. They're in first place, obviously. Something we're accustomed to being in that position. So, we just got to keep going. Obviously, we got a lot of baseball left to play, and it is what it is. But these stink to lose. We want to win, and we want to play well, and I think we've played well both nights. It just hasn't gone our way. So, we'll come back tomorrow and try and play well again.
Well, the Dodgers follow what is maybe the best win of the year on Tuesday with 2 of the worst losses, 2 of least the toughest losses of the year. They give up 4 runs in the 9th inning tonight, lose 5-3.
Yeah, through this stretch of games where the Dodgers have had chances to tie the Giants for first, Kenley Jansen has come back with 3 blown saves that have really hurt, and he hurts in a huge gap in the standings because 2 of those games were against these Giants where they really felt like they were going to catch them. So what you've got to do is respond to this in a way where maybe Dave Roberts takes him out of that role for a little bit just to give him a respite, because there is a time when you stand behind your closer and you stick with him because you want to gain confidence and get him back in there. But there is a time and a stretch where maybe to just step back a little bit and watch for a little while to get him back on track.
All right, the Rockies come in tomorrow. David Price will take the ball, and Dodgers try to get back on track against a team that they took 2 of 3 from last weekend.
Yeah, and it's the worst team on the road in Major League Baseball. So you look at, you're leaving the Giants, but you're not going to really have any games where you're going to overlook the Rockies because you really need to right away get back on the winning ways.
Before they go back to San Francisco next week for a 3-game series beginning on Tuesday. But they dropped this one in heartbreaking fashion, 5-3.